Oh yes, this song by Sting and the Police, every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. I remember the first time I went to listen to a lecture of Gary. He started that lecture with that song to express that surveillance is everywhere today, that control is everywhere today, that there are a lot of ways to control people. The first major research undertaken by Gary Marx is one that was about undercover police in the United States, in America. What he did afterwards was broadening his interest for all sorts of surveillance, for all sorts of watching, for all sorts of control of people, be it by states, be it by institutions, be it by individuals, and even he focused on what he calls self-surveillance. And in Windows into the Soul, actually, the magnus opus of Gary Marx, his last book, he succeeded in bringing together all these small and important empirical studies he did about different sorts of surveillance tools and surveillance technologies. For him, surveillance is not good, neither bad, but it has to be weighed in relationship to the situation, to the technology, to the way people interpret. Actually, he feeds thinking. He feeds thinking because he feeds thinking in all directions. He broke the walls between disciplines, working in his field, working from sociological perspective on issues relating to surveillance and data protection, linked him almost naturally to we lawyers here at VUB working on similar issues from the point of view of the regulation of data protection and privacy. Now, I don't think that with Gary Marx, we had to break the walls. There were no walls. Gary is a very nice man, very fine man. He's full of humor, but he's engaged as well. If you want a good mixture between Groucho and Carroll, well, you will find Gary Marx. When I wrote to Gary to tell him that we were considering to award him a Doctor Honoris Causa, his reaction was immediate. He was happy. Spontaneously he said, "Yeah, you know how to please a guy." Well, actually, Gary, what I want to tell you is that you've pleased us by accepting this Doctor Honoris Causa.